So welcome everybody. My name is Jeffrey DeJesus. Thank you so much for joining. I've served over 500 families. That's different transactions from flips, sales, so many off markets, and all the different types of transactions I've done. I mean, I think more than ever, I'm doing so many off markets that it's great. I enjoy doing off markets because it's just a small group of people just saying yes, having an agreement, having the seller, buyer in agreement, and making the deal happen. It avoids a lot of the, a lot of sellers want privacy. They know their goals, and so I'm able to meet those goals, and that's why I've been able to do a lot of off markets. And from a business perspective, faster and more efficient. Anyways, I've also helped hundreds of agents with their business, and I continue to do so. These things, like this type of training today, is just another form of value I like to share with the agents. And so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, get right into this lesson. Okay. Real estate, reboot, reset, refocus, reignite. Well, I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks. 2026 is going to be a boom. And the activities you do today is going to make that much of a difference in 2026. So talk to more people right now. Do more right now, because this is a time. Yes, we had a tough 12 months, 24 months for others. But if you focus on talking to many people right now, you're going to go into 2026 with a boom. And again, they didn't lower the rates. They were talking about it on the news today, and they did not lower the rates. It blows my mind why they can't even lower it just a little bit. But regardless of what's happening in the market, let's just get it done, right? Let's just keep going. Let's get our business going. So what is a reboot? Well, a real estate reboot just means getting mentally and emotionally aligned, committing to your goals, rebuilding daily success habits, and reigniting your passion for the business. Reigniting your passion for the business, yes. I mean, I'm getting excited. Jen, she's a loan officer in the business of real estate, and we've been making these adjustments. Some of our goals and some of our passions right now is we're really trying to focus on our portfolio. And we want to have as many rental properties as we possibly can. And they come in very, very, it could be a single family, it could be commercial, but we're breaking into the fourplexes, and because we could still get the lower loan, and it's easy to refinance in the future. So anyways, you don't need a new year, you just need a new mindset. Okay, just need a new mindset. All right, reset, clear out the clutter. Ask yourself, what's draining your energy and wasting time, right? What tasks or people do you need to let go of? What's been working that I need to double down on? All right, well, what is wasting your time? Well, some of the things that I'm guilty of, but I do it in the middle of the night. That's at Netflix, right? Netflix comes up with 8 series, 12 series. I mean, they're coming up with these long movies, and you get caught up into it, and then next thing you know, you're watching eight episodes in one sitting, right? Anyways, I do it in the middle of the night, I admit, and but I always declutter. Like this morning, before I got into this call, I'm preparing a new listing, and I had to drive back, and I was dealing with insurance matters with one of my rentals. So anyways, what people do you need to get rid of, right? Let them go. Well, I have friends who waste my time, and they talk about the same thing every time, and it's a waste of time, really. But I'm there as a friend for them. But when they just repeat the same story year after year, the hurt, the pain, year after year, that's a waste of time. What's been working where you need to double down? Well, what's been working? okay, what's been working for you? Well, then that's what you need to figure out, right? What's been working for me? Social media. I mean, I just on social media, I'm reaching out. Me and my staff were on multiple platforms, or reaching out in groups. We're just active, or we're active. So write down 3 things, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna stop doing this quarter. Maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's less eating out, maybe you play too much golf, you're out every night practicing your swing, and you're spending 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours a day on that swing, and maybe you need to cut it out, because in those hours you could be making the rebooting, the readjusting of your business. Refocus. Define your 90-day vision, okay? Put it in a chunk. 90-day vision, your 90-day goal. What's your transaction goals? What's your income goal, right? So about the income goal that I have, it's always $500,000 per year, total household income. For my particular business, I try to focus on $500,000. And so when I'm building my portfolio, my goal for my portfolio is to make $50,000 a month. Because if it's $500,000 a year, $50,000 a month is my goal, so my lifestyle will not be affected. But that's just my goal, right? So how many transactions does it take for you to hit your $500,000? That's my goal. I don't know what your goal is. Maybe it's $250,000, maybe it's $150,000. But let's say it's $150,000 and it's $20,000 average commission in the Bay Area. That is less than 10 deals, 8 deals. You'll hit $150,000. And that's how you could break it down. So that's 8 deals. Divide that into 12 months. You're looking at a deal and a quarter per month. Daily lead generation target. This is important, okay? I talk about this all the time. Why is it that every time you hear somebody talk that's doing some training, a session, they always talk about this? It's like, this is all they talk about, but you need to hear it all the time, because if you're not hitting your goal, then you need to keep hearing it, right? Database, CRM, touchpoint plan. Okay, again, this we can help you with. Contact me every Wednesday between 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday Pacific Standard Time. We are doing hands-on into your business, whatever you need. Okay, reignite, reconnect with your why. Okay, so reconnecting with your why. Why did you get into real estate? Why did you get involved in real estate? I got involved in real estate. I remember walking into Century 21 in 1998 in Daly City. The Century 21 office right there beside McDonald's on Junipero Serra. I walked into the office. At that time, I didn't have any direction. I was working at the post office, and I walked into the office and I said, I want to get into real estate. They handed me a bunch of videos, and I started studying, but then I fizzled out. And then a few years later, I ran into a friend and she helped me get my books. She actually bought me books. I got licensed, and on the way I went. I still stayed at the post office. And because the post office was rich with prospects, potential clients, people at the post office, yes, they weren't rich, but they had a stable job, and I was able to meet people. And then when I got serious, I became a supervisor at the post office to meet more people. When I became a supervisor, I was able to jump from one department to another building, from the airport to San Francisco to Evans and I was able to jump around and meet as many people as I can. And I took notes. I met everybody, and I was intentional, met enough people to leave the post office. What would your life look like if you reached your goals, right? What's your real estate goals? If you reach your goals in real estate, how would that look like? Okay. Who are you doing this for? Right? You're doing it for yourself. retirement. I'm doing it for my retirement, and my kids, they could work themselves, but hopefully they'll get something when it's all said and done. Hopefully a bunch of paid off properties, but if not, they could work too. Your why has to be bigger than your fear and excuses, right? Okay, vision board and manifestation. Okay, do you have a vision board? Okay, this is I've always worked on a vision board. I actually was an okay student when it came to self-development and entrepreneurship. I was involved in many businesses over the course of my life. And when a mentor or a seminar or Tony Robbins or Brian Tracy, Tom Ferry said, create a vision board, or Brent Gove, make a vision board, I made a vision board. I even actually remember going to one of Brent Gove's, which is my mentor. I look up to him. Just maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was at one of his events in big, beautiful home in Tahoe. He rented out this big log cabin on top of the mountain, and adults from all ages, all the way to the age of 80 were there. And he had a stack of papers, a stack of magazines, and some pens, papers, coloring stuff. And one of the sessions, we created a vision board right there. So I was beside old adults cutting out magazines and pasting this thing on a vision board. And I had houses and cars and boats and pets on my vision board to remind me of why I'm in a business like this. You know, they reactivate your reticular activating system. They keep you focused and inspired, right? So this vision board, you want to post it up, whether it's in your bathroom. I know in my bathroom, I have an affirmation, and it just talks about like who I am as a person. I'm a winner, I'm happy, and that's my affirmation. So when I go to my bathroom and on my mirror, there is a self-affirmation there. And that is just something that helps me, but it's my vision board, it's the manifestation. So here's your activity. Create a vision board. Okay, that's your homework. You could include dream homes, vacation, family, income goals, clients, luxury cars, etc. New scripts, okay? Reboot and change things up. A new script will give you new confidence. Train the one to two new scripts through text, sphere, just listed, just sold, door knocking. So you can use ChatGPT to create scripts. Fun accountability that works. Okay, 30-hour power hour with your buddies. Points tracker. Weekly mini wins. 90-day challenge. Okay, so it's good to have an accountability partner. Energy boosters. Start your day with gratitude, affirmations, or prayers. This is what I was just talking about. I like to start off my day with affirmations. I mean, think about it. If you're going to start your day by saying, I'm a winner and I'm happy, that's like the thoughts that you put into your mind, and you affirm it within yourself with prayer and meditation and being grateful that you're alive and not sick. Imagine if you woke up, I feel bad, I am sick, I am lazy. Man, life sucks. Imagine that mindset you're going to create once you go about your day. Wow. Imagine trying to sell real estate like that. You're going to just like be depressed. And you definitely can't sell real estate if you're depressed. So, that's why you got to get that mindset going. Be grateful, say your affirmations and your meditation, your prayers. It really does help. I mean, I buy into this. They all say it. Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, motivational speakers. Why? It's almost redundant, right? The books that we read on self-help, business books, biographies, testimonies, they literally are all in the same line of conversation and thoughts, but it's just a constant repeat. And I go to seminars, I go to these events. Yes, they're probably going to say the same thing. Yes, it's the same plan said by, told by a different speaker, but it's important because the repetitiveness, it reminds us of what we need to do. Morning walks and workouts before lead generation. I mean, this is great. Get yourself going, get your blood going. Celebrate wins every day. Success is built on boring routines done with passion. 90-day calendar planning. Okay, set 3 anchor tasks. Weekly team Zooms and check-in. That's why I appreciate you all for coming on here and then spending your Wednesday afternoon here. This is supposed to energize you. This is supposed to remind you. This needs you to get going. This is one of those anchors. This is where you make those commitments, right? I mean, you heard this before. You heard it from me. I have hundreds of videos almost talking about the same thing, just a different topic. Weekly content posts, okay? I want you to, if you're gonna post on social media, try to do it every day. Make it fun, right? Like every time I'm going, like today I was at a property and you know, I'm thinking like, what am I gonna post? So I just create a real quick post on here at this new listing and that's it. Daily green time, that's your lead gen. Optional tools, Trello, Notion, Google Sheet, CRM calendar. Let's reboot together, okay? Your next step, create your 90-day goal and vision board. Okay? This is a good time. We're here approaching August, September, October. So you'll be able to get going 90 days. And then next thing you know, boom, we're gonna be January 2026. So some of the things you want to get done is have your calendars ready to go to your sphere. If you don't have a sphere, create one because you want to send out your calendars out this end of the year. Yeah, it's old. Yeah, we're in a new day and age, but you know what? I find that sellers who own properties are older, the older crowd than the younger crowd. And because I'm a listing specialist, I focus on the older crowd. My clients, like today, this morning, my client was 91. And he's still going. And so we just evicted his son out of the house and his son was like 70. Okay. It was a long process, but we were able to get him out. And now he was like 90 something. He had a broken hip, messed up knee. I mean, but his spirits were good. Choose your accountability partner. Okay. I mean, if you want me to be your accountability partner, no problem. Okay. Use the new scripts this week. Create them. Use ChatGPT. If you want to be, if you want help, or call us. We'll help you with that. No problem. Share your why with the group. Okay. If you share your dreams and goals, now you sort of like said it. So now you got to make it happen. Anyway, thank you so much for today. I really appreciate your time and sharing it with me today, this Wednesday afternoon. If you guys need anything, if you guys need a loan, right here, Success Lending, that's with Jen. If you're with EXP, Jen always has some good programs for EXP agents. If you're not, that's fine. She could still get you some good loans, good rates. But anyways, happy Wednesday. Reach out. You know where to reach me. You'll find this video attached with other videos that are relevant on my YouTube channel. Until next time, thank you.